Hi, I'm Matt Drago, and you are listening to The Jay Franzi Show.
Welcome to The Jay Franzi Show, a behind-the-curtain look at the entertainment industry with insights you can't pay for and stories you've never heard. Now, here's your host, Jay Franzi.
And we are coming at you live. I am Jay Franzi, and joining me tonight, the Bonnie to my Clyde, my beautiful co-host, Miss Tiffany Mason.
Good evening. You know, Jay, I have to tell you, even when I listen to the podcast in my car or when I'm listening to it after tonight, I always still listen to the intro. I love that intro so much.
Just because I call you beautiful.
Mostly. I thought I'd butter you up too.
If you are new to the show, this is your source for the latest news, reviews, and interviews. So if you would like to join in, comment, or fire off any questions, please head over to jfranzi.com. All right, my friend, before we get started, let's do it. Let's just get it out of the way. The question of the day. Last week, we did Best Male Vocalist of All Time. It's only fair that this week we do Best Female Vocalist of All Time.
Agreed. And if you guys did not see that, you guys would see that on our social accounts. So you guys can kind of weigh in and give us some of your answers on social media as well as tonight live.
Fair enough. I like it.
I love it. I want some more of it. Sorry.
Tim
Thought we were
McGraw.
going somewhere.
Also, the theme behind the Nashville Predators, every time they score a goal, that's what they play.
Ah, love that.
There you go. Little tidbits of information throughout the night.
You're full of it, and I don't mean just the brown stuff.
I'm full of it, all right. All right, I would say a couple years ago now, interviewed a guy named Jeff King. Jeff King, session player, guitar player. He also goes on the road with Reba as well as Brooks Dunn. And when they came through town here, my daughter, who was 9 at the time, daughter Lucy, Jeff gave us a couple passes to come see him play. So we went to see him play. And when we were there, we also had a chance to see John Root, who is their drum tech, who was also on the show. So 2 shows you should go back and check out. They were very, very good shows. But we went to see them, and Jeff got us these passes, and my daughter was thrilled because we got to go in early. We get to walk backstage. We got to go see all the bands do their sound check. Then we got to go eat, which is, of course, my daughter's favorite part. We go there. Oh, wait, maybe that was my favorite part. I get confused. But we go eat, and then we walk around. Well, Jeff had to go get ready, and John was still there with us, and he says, come on, I'm going to take you around. And he takes us up on stage. So my daughter gets to go on stage, and she gets to look out on the stadium.
Which has got to be so cool.
It's awesome, right? And then she gets to sit at the drum kit and play drums, and we got to go out back where the camera guys were and got to watch them, and they let her press the buttons and change the colors that were on the screen and all the fun stuff. So we got to see all the things that they do, how they set up, the guitars, the drums, I mean, everything. Greg Morrow, another great studio musician, he was the drummer, and it was just awesome to see them all. I worked with Greg for years with Bob Bullock as well as with Matt McClure. So, I mean, it was a good time to catch up with everybody and a really good show to see, and my daughter loved it. So we've got pictures, we saved the backstage passes, and again, she will never go to a concert that we would normally go to the shows. She just will never want to see that ever again.
Spoiled.
She's way too spoiled at this point. Well, last week you were talking about the CMA Awards.
Yeah.
Well, Brooks and Dunn, after all these years, are being nominated for Best Duo of the Year.
Do you think that they're going to get it? Okay, so the nominees are Brooks and Dunn, Brothers Osborne, Dan and Shay, Muscadine Bloodline. I don't know them. He War and Treaty. I don't know them either. So they're not going to win.
So what are you saying? There's a reason why they weren't put on there?
It was to bring awareness to the other 3.
Is that
or the
what it
other
was?
2, sorry. Yeah,
Awesome.
I think so. I don't know. I feel like Dan and Shay might win that one.
Oh, Going for a new one versus an old one. I got it.
Well, they do have newer stuff, and I really love their bigger houses right now, so...
They sound just like Rascal Flatts to me.
I can see that. I can see that.
Probably lean a little bit more towards Dan and Shay, but that's okay. We won't tell Rascal Flatts. All right, well, let's talk about the awards. What do you got to tell us about the awards?
Well, I thought we would just go through them a little bit. Entertainer of the Year, we got Luke Combs, Kelsey Ballerini, Cody Johnson. We got Jelly Roll, Chris Stapleton, Morgan Wallen, Lainey Wilson. Morgan Wallen, he made quite a stir recently on Saturday Night Live.
Tell us.
At the end, the spotlight music performer, and then whoever the big name is that night, they usually like hang out, talk to the cast as the credits roll. And Morgan Wallen like beelined out of there, and it was this whole, thing. And I guess like the cast didn't really think too much of it until afterwards. Somewhere on social media, he posted a picture of his plane, and it just said, "Get me to God's country." Okay. Now, if I'm saying "get me to God's country," I may be just like throwing out a holler to my Nashville roots, right? Like, it's not necessarily a rip on the Saturday Night Live people. If he would have said, "Get me back to God's country," then I would have felt like it was like too much for him. Like Hollywood, no thank you, Saturday Night Live, I don't like these people. But he just said, "Get me to God's country." He was just showing his plane. I don't know if he meant anything rude by it, but everybody's got to spin everything.
God's Country is the name of a podcast for two other songwriters from Nashville. I mean, they just refer to that area as God's Country. It's part of the Bible Belt. I mean, it's all that stuff. So I don't think there was any harm in it or any ill intent anyway.
No, I really didn't think that, but it's caused, all kinds of... Oh my gosh, it's so silly to me.
It's not the first time he's had any issues with Saturday Night Live either. He broke their COVID policy back in 2020, so he's had some rub with them in the past.
When I was watching the review on what exactly happened, they were talking about Ashley Simpson.
Awesome.
I know, and I was like, wait, I know this story or been refreshed of this story because of you bringing it up. But while we're on Morgan, he actually has released a new...
We're not on Morgan. You might be on Morgan.
Listen, Jay, this is my segment.
Sorry.
Wow. I see you trying to pull rank, but no. Okay.
Oh.
So I thought I would just throw this in while we were talking about Morgan. So I thought we would throw this in while we were talking about Morgan Wallen. He actually has a new track titled Just in Case, and it has quickly become one of the most popular songs. U.S. country radio tying for third place. Fans on X are buzzing about the unexpected drop, speculating it might be a hint of a forthcoming album.
It's a little hint here. It's like breadcrumbs.
Yeah. I'm digging on it. I like it. Okay, so also Jelly Roll was on American Idol recently, talking to the finalists before they went out and performed. So, I don't know. I feel like he's really getting his name out there, and he's kind of pulling a Post Malone. Like, Post Malone's in all the songs, but I feel like Jelly Roll is really inserting himself to all kinds of genres, walks of life.
Yeah, he does a lot of duets as well. So he's collaborating with a lot of people in addition to Post Malone. I think they're going for Collaborators of the Year.
Is that one of the titles? Let's see here. No.
Should be.
It should be, because they would definitely be in competition. Okay, then we have Female Artist of the Year, Kelsey Ballerini. Oh, good, again. Ella Langley, Megan Maroney. Have you gotten on the Megan Maroney train? Or your girls? Have the girls?
She opened up for Brooks Dunn, so we got to see her as the opening act. We got to see her do her sound check and all that stuff. But no, my kids, on a normal basis, they don't listen to too much country. Okay.
Hannah is all about Megan Maroney.
No, it's more the Taylor Swift, Lana Del Rey's, those type of things.
Got it. Okay, they're also competing against Casey Musgraves and Lainey Wilson. Two names that were already on there.
I like Lainey Wilson.
Yeah, I like Lainey Wilson. Recently engaged Miss Lainey Wilson. But she has sold out multiple dates across her North American tour, which is the Whirlwind Tour. And she actually got CMA Entertainer of the Year. So she's continuing to fuel the headlines.
She's really good. I like her.
Yeah. You know, for the longest time, I thought she was the oldest daughter in the show Nashville. I don't know where I picked that up, but I was like, oh yeah, I've been listening to her sing for many years on Nashville. And then no.
So you watched Nashville?
Oh yeah. Religiously.
So I thought you didn't know where the Bluebird was.
Well, I know that they're in there all the time, but I don't actually know where it is in Nashville. I mean, it's like saying I can perform a tracheotomy because I've watched Grey's Anatomy.
You can't?
I have a general idea. I could figure it out.
Yeah, you just stick something down their throat.
Right. It's like a straw. You just go for it.
Yeah.
It's like an EpiPen, but it's a straw.
Yeah. Sure.
It's like about that little spot in your clavicle.
Okay, moving on.
Male Artist of the Year. Luke Combs, Cody Johnson, Jelly Roll, Chris Stapleton, Morgan Wallen. Cody Johnson, he's out of Texas. And when we were in Nashville last year, we were at, one of the bars, I don't know, on Broadway. And this couple gets out there and they're dancing, and it's the cutest song ever. Like, I'm going to dance you off the floor, I think is what it's called. And I absolutely fell in love with it. And they're like, that's from Cody Johnson, blah, blah, blah. And I think it's interesting now he's coming up in the news a lot, or, I'm hearing his name a lot. And I'm like, oh, how about that? He was up and coming, and now he's arrived. I mean, he is one of the Male Artist of the Year nominees. So.
Oh, until he wins it, I don't want to hear it.
It's not like I met him. I just heard his song. I did put it on my playlist, though.
People say it's just great to be nominated, but let's be real. When he wins it, he can come on the show.
Yes. Until then?
Until then, jfrenzy.com/live like everybody else.
Okay, we went over Duo of the Year, Brooks and Dunn's, Brothers Osborne, Dan and Shay, Muscadine, Bloodline.
I'm going with Brooks and Dunn.
I'm going to go with Dan and Shay.
Yeah.
It's more fun to root against.
That's because I'm loyal to our guests, and I guess you're not.
Listen, I beat to my own drum, okay? Okay, Group of the Year. I don't know this Flatland Cavalry. Little Big Town. They're still in there, huh?
Little Big
Old
Town,
Dominion.
yeah. I got a chance to work with them. They were very nice.
I believe that.
There's a lot of hair.
Right? From the blonde?
A lot of hair. But they were very, very nice people.
When I feel like she would call you like hun. Oh, put that over there, hun.
I don't remember, but
No.
it's a good possibility.
She seems like, a Southern belle kind of, or whatever.
She is very Southern, yes.
Yeah.
Thick accent.
Southern accent?
Yes, ma'am.
Not Russian.
It wasn't Irish or Russian. Or... I mean, it could have been, I guess. I don't know any different.
Okay, they're also up against Rascal Flatts and the Red Clay Strays.
Joe Don Rooney.
Oh.
Rascal Flatts.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay, I've heard you say that before. My bad. Again, you know me and people's names.
We got to be
I'm
loyal.
really on it.
Loyal to the people we know.
Okay, new female artist of the year: Cassie Ashton, Ashley Cook, Dasha, Ella Langley, and Jessie Murph.
Ashley
and I
Cook.
want Jessie Murph. Okay.
I'm picking my people. Throw it down there. Make notes.
Okay. I think we're going to have to make notes after the fact, and then once this airs, we can go back through and see if we
Go
were right
back?
or not. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You guys heard it here.
George?
Okay.
George is in the house, so George.
Welcome,
Start taking some notes for us, buddy.
Add it to the Wikipedia. Okay. New male artists. We have Gavin Adcock. I don't know who that is. Whoa.
Move on.
I didn't spend too much time. Shabuzi.
Shabuzi, artist there. There you go. Boom. That's my pick.
He's
I don't even need to hear the rest.
New male. Tucker
male.
Wetmore, Bailey Zimmerman. I like Tucker Wetmore. He's not just a one-hit wonder.
Okay.
Okay.
Shabuzi, is currently a one-hit wonder.
That's what we
Until
established.
he releases something else.
That's right. That's right. He's got to release a new album, and it's got to be just as good, just as, catchy, earwormy.
Earworm.
Now there's only earwormy. That's what the kids say.
Okay.
New duo or group of the year: Restless Road, The Red Clay Strays, and Treaty Oak Revival.
Okay.
Album of the year: Megan Maroney, Am I Okay? I'll Be Fine. Jelly Roll, Beautiful Broken. So this is their whole album. Zach Top, Cold Beer and Country Music. Post Malone, F1 Trillion. Am I talking too fast?
No, I'm just trying to keep up with them. So you got Post Malone and Jelly Roll. Got it.
Lainey Wilson,
Lainey
Whirlwind.
Wilson. Zach Top he's a great 90s sounding artist. He's got a really, really good thing going on right now.
I'm trying to think of who it is because I feel like I remember seeing his name come up on the radio because I always think it's going to say Zach Brown and then Top comes up instead. But I can't place a song right now. Cody Johnson, he's back. Dirt Cheap. Morgan Wallen, I Had Some Help. It's really saying Morgan Wallen and Post Malone, so however you want to.
Yeah, because Post Malone is collaborations. Yeah, we got it, Post. You're popular.
Chris Stapleton, White Horse. Ella Langley, Riley Green, You Look Like You Love Me. I like that song.
Wow, that's hard to pick a winner on that one. I'm going with Morgan Wallen. If he's going to run off Saturday Night Live, I'm going to give him credit. He's going to win one.
Maybe so, he's just really been top of mind.
Yeah.
Who has more political pull? Not political, but political in the sense of CMAs. Not in the sense of Trump and anybody. Just
Right. CMAs.
Okay, and then let's do Song of the Year. Okay, so this should be an easy one for us to pick. Lainey Wilson. 4x4 by You. Casey Musgraves, The Architect. Cody Johnson, Dirt Cheap. Post Malone, Morgan Wallen, I Had Some Help. Ellen Langley, Ryan Green, You Look Like You Love Me. Uh-oh. Cowboys Cry 2, Kelsey Ballerini, and Noah Kahan.
I give up.
I'm Gonna Love You, Cody Johnson, Carrie Underwood. That's a great song. Oh, We Don't Fight Anymore, Carly Pierce, Chris Stapleton. There's a lot of songs on here.
There's a lot of collaborations on there.
Uh-huh. Cowboys Cry 2. It was okay, but it's not going to win. Kelsey Ballerina and Noah Kahan. But it's not going to win.
I want them to win just so we can hear the name.
Me too.
Dirt Cheap.
You think Dirt Cheap?
I don't know if I think I want.
Okay. Well, if we're going to go by I Want, I'm going to go by You Look Like You Love Me.
I may look that way.
Giant unveils a new single. It's called A Night to Remember. Have you heard it yet?
I have not heard the new single. I am anxious to hear the new single. This is a band that was popular back in the day.
Oh,
this
yeah?
Band popular for multiple reasons. I mean, they never got the credit they were due. I think they're an amazing rock band. But the guitar player in the band is Dan Huff, who's arguably the world's best producer, at least in the top 3 for sure. Mm-hmm. But he is the guitar player in this band, and his brother was also in the band. I think his brother was the drummer, and they both went on to become very, very popular producers. And then Mike Brignardello. Anyways, he's an amazing bass player too, but he was in the band Giants, and he's now a session player as well. They got credit, they did, but I don't think they got all the credit they deserved. But they all went on to amazing careers in Nashville as studio players and producers. And Dan Huff wrote a couple of the songs for their new release, but I don't think he's got the time to play guitar for them when they hit the road or do anything like that. I'm anxious to hear the new album, anxious to see if they hit the road.
Anxious in a nervous way or anxious in an excited way?
Excited way. No, I don't get nervous.
Yeah, isn't that funny? We always use anxious for nervousness, but it's really, I think the actual definition is excited.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting.
There you go.
Okay, well, the next interesting piece of news.
Reach out to us for Mental health, too, because we can help you there. I'm sure we've got a lot of advice. What do they say? This is not a medical show. Do not take our advice. Yeah. You could take ours. Come on. If you're dumb enough to take our advice, you deserve what you get.
Play stupid games, get stupid prizes. My one client who has a health podcast, she has to say at the end, no relationships were formed and that you have to seek medical advice, that she is not a medical professional. So
we have to protect the bottom line.
Short bottom line. Okay. Disturbed hits number 1. I Will Not Break has climbed to the top spot in the mainstream rock airplay chart with frontman David powerful vocals driving its success. David Draymond's.
I thought it was
That's close. Huh. I was sounding it out.
Is that what you were doing? Like Charlie Brown's teacher?
Wah, 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 wah.
There you go. Do you like Disturbed?
Well, you know what? Actually, I was listening to our podcast and you were talking about Five Finger Death Punch, the lead singer, and then you said, or Disturbed lead singer. So I went and listened to some Disturbed, and I think I do like Disturbed, and I did definitely, what was the one? God, it was so good. You know.
The popular cover, Sounds of Silence.
Yes. Yeah. That's what came up, and I was like, oh, dang. Yeah.
He does a great job on that song.
Mm-hmm. If you guys have not heard it, I mean, I'm not going to say leave the YouTube, the live streaming, but if you're listening in the podcast version, just shout it out. Hey, Siri, play Disturbed Sound of Silence. It's so good.
You're not supposed to say that.
Well, I did.
Hey, lady in the phone.
Hey, lady in the phone. I think that's me. If they're listening to the podcast, it's me.
You're the lady in the phone, all right.
But I did do a little rabbit trail the other day and checked out Disturbed on our behalf.
There you go.
Because
I'll take it.
Wanted to know what you were talking about. Yeah. So we already talked about Morgan Wallen and his new music and his absurd behavior on Saturday Night Live.
Is it really, though? Is it really absurd?
No.
I mean, he did take an odd exit off the stage, but
yes.
Walking straight towards the camera versus walking off the side of a stage.
Maybe he's never been on that kind of stage before. He just had somebody
waiting for him in the back of the room.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know the whole story. There's 2 sides.
No, we don't.
3 sides, really.
Morgan?
His side, their side, and the truth.
jfrenzy.com/live. George, you're with us. Give him a call real quick and see if you can get him on here.
What's his last name? I always know it's Lauren.
Michaels.
2 first names. Okay.
Saturday Night Live creator.
Yes. I did know that.
I figure we should make the connection for everybody.
And if they don't know who Lauren Michaels is, it's on them. We're talking Saturday Night Live.
We're talking, how old are we? Never mind, move on.
I mean, they just celebrated 50 years, and we remember a lot of old stuff, so.
We remember all 50 years.
All right, let's talk about Post Malone's country era continuing. So Post Malone's F1 Trillion album tracks.
Where he collaborates with who now?
Yeah, right? Including Guy for That with Luke Combs and Pour Me a Drink with Blake Shelton remains strong on the charts and the headlines. He's staying top of mind because of his influence in blending country music with other genres. So people are commenting about it. So of course it's coming up. I mean, it is kind of a smart way to stay top of mind when you're dabbling in everybody else's recordings.
I think if he just released a record like everybody else did, I don't think he would have that attention. But collaborating with everybody under the sun, he's getting a lot of attention.
I don't mind his fast vibrato, but I don't necessarily love it in Pour Me a Drink. I like him in the first one that he did that I can't even remember, Morgan Wallen. But I don't love this one with Blake Shelton. I'm not a fan.
He's not my favorite.
Somebody pour me a drink. I don't like it. Now, YouTube, that was not me actually singing well.
Yeah, no, she did that on purpose.
It was me making fun of it.
I like Jelly Roll's collaborations a little bit better.
Yeah. He's just got such a big heart. I mean, there's a show that we watch, and he's always on that Tunnels to Towers commercial where, they're asking you to spend like $11 a month or whatever. But he's like, I'm just a big fat guy that gets to sing on a stage and do what I love. And he's like, it's because of the men and women who protect us.
Nice.
And so, I don't know. I like that. I like anybody who's patriotic because I think we all should be.
You've mentioned that.
Yes. Yeah. I feel pretty strongly about it. Also, let's just take a little rabbit trail here.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah.
We don't have a button for that.
We were at Hannah's cheer competition, and they had this huge TV screen, and they have this American flag waving during the national anthem.
That seems like a good thing.
I feel like it should be the real flag.
Well, yeah, it shouldn't take the place of the flag.
Yeah, there was no flag in the venue, and I think that it should be the real McCoy. I'm just traditional feeling that way. Like, I want it to be the real thing. Show that you're actually dedicated.
I'm with you. But
Yeah.
to be fair, were they in an arena?
They were, yeah, it was kind of like an arena. There was like, when you go to a basketball arena or whatever and you see all the wires and beams and everything overhead, they had all that. So I'm like, you guys could have wound up an American flag and just had a little pulley system or something that lowers it down for the national anthem and pulls it back up, It just seemed like such a shame.
cheerleading competition. They're not thinking of that.
Well, the venue itself should be thinking of that for all the things that go on in that building.
Fair
right?
enough.
It's a performing arts center, so I don't know. It just seemed like a miss to me. But last but not least, Carrie Underwood in a venue of her own in Vegas, the Resorts World. On April 6th, she did her 100th show. So I think that's kind of like it's like, when you're doing podcasting and you hit like your 100th show. It's kind of a big deal to have performed 100 times at your residency. I don't know.
I would say that would be a huge feat. Mm-hmm. Is she the only one to ever do it?
Oh, no, I don't think that's not what the story
Celine
was.
Dion, she was there for years.
It's not Dion, it's Dion.
Okay. Celine Dion. What am I saying wrong? That's not wrong,
It was
right?
the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Oh, is that what it is? Sorry, Celine.
And also it's Noah Kahan.
Yeah, and you're telling me I'm putting the emphasis in the wrong places. All right. Whatever you say.
So that's all I have about Carrie Underwood. I did catch another American Idol. She was fantastic in that one too. I think the one that you and I both watched, she held a little boy and he kind of like fell asleep, and maybe you didn't watch that one. Anyways, I did. And I thought we watched the same one, but this little boy falls asleep like in her arms or whatever. And then she ends up handing him off to Luke Bryan. Oh my goodness. I always do this and Hannah gets so mad at me. Okay, Luke Bryan, when they were doing the final cuts, I think it's Who's Gonna Make It to Hollywood, there were two ladies at the very end, and the one lady, I think her name's Brianna, got the ticket to continue on, and that little boy was there again, and Carrie Underwood picked him up again. So they're forming quite the little bond, her and that little guy. Kind of cute to see them be like real people. She kind of seems auntie-ish when she does that, and it's like, oh, and then you realize like, oh yeah, she's a mom and she has kids, and she knows how to be personable, and
she knows how to do these things. Question of the day, friends.
Mosey on.
As I throw my pen around.
It's getting rowdy in your studio, Jay.
I know. I'm getting a little ornery, I guess.
I guess. All worked up over this.
I'm excited. I'm anxious. I don't know. Question of the day, folks. Best female vocalist of all time.
Dun, 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 dun. We've been watching The Floor, which is I'm pretty positive it's the old Deal or No Deal stage or whatever. And it's like, and the lights come down and they all point to one area. That's what it made me think of.
Is that what we're doing now? Game shows? Best game show of all time. Family Feud.
Deal or No Deal was pretty good. I liked Whammy No Whammy. My sister and I, every freaking summer, oh my goodness, we go lay out at the pool.
Oh, I'm way left in my head. If you
Don't
want to
do it.
continue this conversation, it's going to go way left.
No. Ooh,
Which one's whammy? Which one's no whammy?
I'm no whammy. She's whammy. Okay. We go out to the pool, we lay out, we come in, we'd make macaroni and cheese, we'd watch Days of Our Lives, we watch Wheel of Fortune, and Whammy No Whammy. And man, every time they got a whammy, my sister and I would die laughing because they would lose everything. And we did the same thing with Wheel of Fortune when they would get bankruptcy. Oh my God, we would laugh so hard. It was awesome to see them lose everything.
We're going to come back on track, folks, I promise. George says, I could use a pen mug. Oh, look at Kenny's with us, too.
Oh,
good to see you, Kenny. All right, folks. Best female vocalist of all time. I'm going to start off. This is a tough one, but I'm going to start with Lizzie Hill.
Oh, okay.
Going to go a little bit more current.
Okay.
Lizzie Hill has got an amazing voice, extremely powerful. Now, she did hurt her vocal cords a while back, and she had to learn a new way to sing, and she did.
Goodness.
And she still rocks it. I mean, she's amazing. So I think for a current artist anyway, she would be right up there at the top of the list.
That's awesome. If I had to pick somebody, the person who came to my mind was actually Miss Celine Dion, who you already mentioned.
She's a good artist, a good vocalist. I don't know if I would go best of all time.
Yeah, because she can be super powerful or she can be super vulnerable. She can be very quiet. She can be fun and upbeat. She can do super slow. And you're always pulled in. Like, she's always got you. So, yeah.
Kenny's busting my cookies.
Your cookies.
He wants me to say it with more feeling. I don't know how much more feeling you can get out of me, Kenny. I'm pretty level here, buddy.
Now, if it's me, it's like, yes, Kenny's in the house.
Yeah, well, hey. All right, so let's move on a little bit.
Yang.
Let's start with George. Oh,
George, what say you?
George says Celine Dion. And to be fair, he's got it up there before we even started talking about her, so. Nice.
Yep, I agree, George. I agree.
Kenny says thank you for the enthusiasm.
Oh, yes.
All right.
You are so scrumdiddly-umptious welcome.
Nice. George also says Reba melts his heart. Reba's very, very good as well. These are very good vocalists. I'm still holding out to put my final vote for number one. I want to hear everybody's vote, see if somebody can change my mind. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right, I'm going to go straight to Misty because Misty also says Lizzie Hill. So I'll take that.
Did she sway your opinion?
She did not sway my opinion. Already there. Cindy's in the house, folks. Cindy says Stevie Nicks. Not mine.
I know.
No.
I know.
I have nothing against Stevie Nicks, but I don't think she's the best female vocalist of all time.
I would agree. Not of all time.
Bryn. The rules. We don't follow rules. Bryn is a rule breaker. There is more than one. She says you can't narrow it down to just one. You have to start with Aretha Franklin. That's a voice.
I mean, respect. You know what I'm saying?
R-E-S-P-C-T. Yes.
You know how to spell it?
I don't know how to spell it. I only know how to sing it. If you took the melody out of it, I wouldn't be able to do it. Yes, Aretha, absolutely. She says Billie Holiday, another one. Bonnie Raitt. Yep. There you go. Oh, ooh. Now this one, Bryn. This could put Lizzie Hill in for the running here. Ann Wilson.
Oh.
Lead singer of the band Heart. Mm-hmm. By far one of the best vocalists ever. Mm-hmm. All right, so let me make note of that. We got Ann Wilson is going up against, this is like our own Final Four bracket. Ann Wilson against Lizzie Hill. All right, those are my two tops so far. But she goes on. She says Linda Ronstadt. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Annie Lennox.
Oh, yes.
All right, Dave. He says, if we're talking pop music, we're going with Karen Carpenter.
I have her on the list. I do
you?
have her, and you know I'm a fan. I got her record downstairs. Oh, yeah, I show you. I can show you. Right there. Karen Carpenter.
She's a very clean vocalist.
She's got one of the purest voices. I also have Patsy Cline on here, and same. Mm-hmm.
Patsy Cline is another great one. That's a good choice as well.
Thanks.
All right. Here we go. Sarah. Everybody, please stop whatever you're doing and pay close attention. Sarah says, hello, dearest. I love your photos. I love your posts. You are very nice and a good friend, you would be. Yes. I tried sending you a friend request, but it did not go through. Would you please drop a comment here?
Yes.
If you don't mind accepting my friend request.
Yes, do it, Jay.
Sarah.
Get that friend.
Consider that done, my friend. Consider it done. It is on its way. Please, if you don't get it, reach back out. I promise I will be there for you.
Yes. Be good friends.
We will be good friends in the future. We will be good friends today. All right.
I have two, and I feel like I want to say them at the same time because I like to break rules. And actually, I don't like to, but in this instance, I want to.
We're narrowing it down, so it's okay right now.
Okay. So I have Kelly Clarkson and Carrie Underwood.
Yeah, you know what? Kelly Clarkson is on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Kelly Clarkson. I don't think she beats the others, but
I don't either.
She's one of my favorites. You know, I had that argument with Bob at the Grammys that she wins over Paul McCartney, and I do think she does win Best Vocalist over Paul McCartney. Yeah,
I do agree. I also had Leanne Rimes on my list.
Ooh, that is one that's not on my list, but should be. Mm-hmm. She's really good.
Her yodeling.
I don't know if I need yodeling, but...
Well, when she did Blue, right? She was yodeling.
Yeah,
Blue.
True statement.
Yeah. It's truth spoken here. Truth and love.
All right, let's see what this one. Celine Dion. Oh, Donna, come on.
Oh, Donna.
Donna says the best female vocalist of all time would have to be Celine Dion for her breakthrough hit, The Power of Love.
I love that
And she goes on to say, My Heart Will Go On from Titanic is amazing as well. Mm-hmm. Here's one that nobody has said yet. Epic Roxy says Whitney Houston.
Huh. It's on the list, Jay.
It might be on your list, but you didn't say it. I agree Whitney Houston has got one of the best voices ever. I just, for whatever reason, am not the biggest Whitney Houston fan. Early Whitney Houston, yes. Late Whitney Houston, no. And I don't mean late in the fact that she's passed away.
I like early and late. Well, two that you probably do not know because they're Christian artists, but Lauren Daigle, she actually had one song on pop radio too, I think. And CeCe Winans.
I don't know either one.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Now I'm going to have to look them up. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. CeCe Winans kind of has, not really, but kind of a Whitney Houston feel. We're like power ballad singer. Like that kind of.
Defiant Lounge. Makes me kind of wonder. Mm-hmm. Says Ella. We don't even need to say her last name. Just says Ella. Fitzgerald.
Ella Fitzgerald.
Yeah. She's up there.
Mm-hmm. You know who else was on there? Emmylou Haynes.
Emmylou Harris.
That's what I said. Emmylou Harris.
Here it comes. Ready?
Tiffany.
No.
You're fired.
Just saying.
No. I was so close. I thought I was going to sound educated that time.
And yet it didn't work. Max Growth Pro SizeCon 2025. Wow. Max Growth Pro SizeCon 2025, says Adele. Adele's got a very good voice.
Rolling in the deep.
Oh, here we go, folks. Carl Tatz in the house. Carl Tatz gets a full name because he's a previous guest. He is a studio designer. He designed not only my studio, but Bob Bullock's and Rascal Flatts and so on and so forth. He is an award-winning studio designer. I believe he has just recently won an award, if not a Grammy. So congratulations to Carl Tatz. But he says Sarah Vaughan and Barbra Streisand.
Ooh, I don't know Sarah Vaughan, but Barbra Streisand.
Barbra Streisand's a good one. My good friend Carla, her dad used to work for Sony Records, and it was his job to take the artists out and take them home for a home-cooked meal when they come through town, so they wouldn't have to, go to restaurants or hotels. And Barbra Streisand used to be at their house quite a bit. Side note.
How freaking cool is that?
It was very cool.
I used
Before my time, but you know what he did for me? He made the connection for me to the Sony Records in Nashville. When I first moved to Nashville, that's how I got to go to Sony Records and meet up with Billy Ray Cyrus and Billy Yates and all those people.
Cool.
So thank you to Carla's dad.
There you go, Carla's dad.
Oh, Caden. Caden is in the house.
Caden.
Say
whoop, whoop.
Say it slow.
KGC.
KGC. KGC.
I know. I always have to think of what his last name is, but if I start without thinking about his last name,
Collins.
Then yeah.
Also a guest of the show, friend of the show. He says Kate Stanton, who was also a guest on the show.
Oh.
Kate Stanton has a very, very smooth sounding voice. She is very, very talented. I'm a very big fan of Kate. No one has mentioned it yet. It's disappointing to me. It's a big one. Pat Benatar.
I almost did, but then I decided not to put her on my list.
I think she deserves to be in the running.
Yeah.
Any more you have on your list?
Yeah, I have Ingrid Andres. I'm not even sure how to say her name, quite honestly. She's got a Maren Morris kind of feel to her.
All right.
A little bit of raspy, but not like, Janis Joplin was like almost too raspy for saying best vocalist voice.
Right. Well, it depends on what we want to get out of a vocalist. Yes.
True. But I think like going mainstream or average or whatever, probably too raspy. But Ingrid has just a little bit, but still, strong, steady, good sound.
No one mentioned Mariah Carey yet.
Wasn't gonna.
No? I think she's very talented. Not my favorite, though. Not my favorite by any stretch. I don't know if you're a Tina Turner fan or Donna Summer.
I like Tina Turner.
Patti LaBelle.
I like, yeah.
Out of those, would you still consider Whitney Houston up on the top of that list if you get those singers in there as well?
Mm-hmm.
Over Patti LaBelle?
I guess just different style.
Over Patti LaBelle or Aretha Franklin, Ella Fitzgerald, you'd still go with Whitney Houston?
No.
Patti LaBelle was Whitney's mentor. Or Donna Summer.
I still am pretty set with Celine Dion.
What was it, the cake that Donna left out in the rain? Was it the cake or the pie? She left the baked goods out in the rain.
Oh, I don't.
I thought that was a great song. How about Dolly Parton?
She's pretty good.
She's character good.
But she's vocally good.
Yeah. No one mentioned Cher.
I know, I saw her on the list too. But I just didn't think I didn't think she topped any of these guys.
All right. I think we can
I guess
start
it depends on
down.
kind of what you like. But yeah, I'm just a sucker for someone who can belt it out.
What about Melanie Kramer?
Yes. From Circe.
From Circe. There you go.
Don't try
George
to trick
says
me.
she left the cake out in the rain. Thank you, George. You are not fired yet.
Yeah.
Although, be careful. Be careful, George. And always one step away.
Oh, crap. I'm ruining my own joke. What is it? Oh, private eyes are watching you. They see your every move. They're watching you, watching you.
Kenny says it's MacArthur Park. That was a great song. I love that song. All right, so let's narrow it down. I think we've got it down to 4 here. We have Ann Wilson, Lizzie Hale, Kelly Clarkson, and Pat Benatar.
No. Celine Dion is on there. George and I voted for her. No, don't add her.
Celine
George, can you believe he was going to leave out our vote?
On. Well,
Dion.
we had a lot of vote. Oh, we didn't mention Christina Aguilera.
Ooh, that's another good one. Dang.
Especially when you compare, the battle between her and Britney type thing. Britney, I liked Britney and I liked her music, but Christina can sing. Mm-hmm. I mean, just throwing that out there. Or Amy Lee, Evanescence. She can sing. Still, she gets compared to, Amy Lee gets compared to Lizzie Hale a lot because they do duets together and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But I would say that Lizzie Hale, in my opinion, comes out on top of that. All right, so Amy Lee, you were honorary mention, but thank you for joining. Thank you for being part of this. Let's go with your battle between Celine Dion and Kelly Clarkson.
I have to go Celine.
George, Kenny, Celine Dion, or Kelly Clarkson?
Can they tie?
No. This is the first of the bracket here, so.
No, I'm going Celine because she's so sophisticated.
She is sophisticated.
Yes, and I like that she's actually, is she French?
She is French-Canadian.
Yes, and so I like that she crossed over, and again, just the vulnerability, the dynamicness of her voice, although Kelly Clarkson can do that too.
Yeah, Kelly Clarkson's awesome.
I don't
think
wanna
you hit it with
discount
sophistication. Kelly. Celine's sophisticated and Kelly is playful.
Mm-hmm. And normally I always go playful, but on this one I got to go sophisticated.
I I like playful, but I like Kelly Clarkson better, but I think Celine Dion would squeak out the win based on talent alone. Now, I like Kelly Clarkson better. I would buy a Kelly Clarkson record over a Celine Dion record. I mean, George says Celine Dion.
I think the other part that makes this really hard for me is when I used to drive from Minnesota down to Iowa to see my family. When the boys would fall asleep, I would turn on the Celine Dion CD and I would sing both sides, every single song.
Both sides of a CD?
Word. Oh, all the songs on the CD.
All right, folks.
Both sides, Jay. I was
Tiffany,
no,
you're fired.
No. Dang it.
George says she is so strong, and I assume he's talking about Celine and not you.
Well.
All right. So, bracket number
I can
one,
read between
Celine
the lines,
Dion
George.
for the win.
Okay.
Kelly, sorry.
What's the other battle?
All right. This is going to be a tough one. I don't even want to compare them. Ann Wilson, Heart, or Pat Benatar? Talk about a tough one.
What do you say? You say first.
Oh, this is so tough. Pat Benatar is classically trained with opera music and is super, super talented, even outside of the world of rock. Mm-hmm. But Ann Wilson is just so naturally talented and gifted and amazing. Ooh.
I'll go Pat.
Two of my absolute favorites, but I'm leaning to Ann Wilson for sure. Ann Wilson for that. George, Ann Wilson, or Pat Benatar?
Tiebreaker. Weigh in.
We need input.
Do, 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 do.
All right. So while we wait for that, that leaves my original pick of Lizzie Hale. So Lizzie Hale is going up against the tiebreaker. George, we need your input. George, you're taking too long.
George, you're fired.
Thank God somebody else is getting fired these days.
George says Pat Benatar. Hopes you spelled it right. Yeah, that's close enough, George. But still, you agreed with Tiffany, so...
George, you're fired.
Just throwing that out there. All right, so did we really just knock Ann Wilson off for Pat Benatar?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Pat Benatar or Celine Dion? George, feel free to chime in, see if you can earn your way back in.
The fact that you're telling me that Pat Benatar, that she's classically trained and can do something outside of rock. I mean, I don't think Celine can do rock. So you're telling me Pat is more versatile, which would make her more of the all-time best female vocalist for versatility, because they both clearly have the talent. But, you know, you could collaborate. Post Malone could collaborate with Pat Benatar. But I don't see Celine Dion and Post doing any kind of collab.
So you're leaning towards Pat Benatar.
Yep.
Are you leaning, or is this your
I'm
final
there.
answer?
That's my final answer.
Back to the game
Pat
shows.
Benatar.
All right. George also says Pat Benatar. And I would also say Pat Benatar.
Wow.
Pat Benatar gets the three-way win to move on.
Wow.
And that means Pat Benatar or Lizzie Hale. Now, let me just say, two extremely similar vocalists.
Can we give them the winner for the past and the winner for the current?
No, because that would be too easy.
Sorry, ladies. I tried to get you both to win. George, you weigh in first.
George, Tiffany just threw it to you. Anybody else that would like to chime in, please do. Pat Benatar or Lizzie Hale? Now, Pat Benatar, I mean, Hell is for Children. Oh my God, one of the best rock songs ever. And her voice in that is just absolutely amazing.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. Can I beat George? Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I?
You
Okay.
beat him all night long. Beat the hell out of him.
Last show we burned him.
This show will beat him.
This show we're beating him.
See, George,
Sorry,
this
George.
is what you look forward to each week.
You pick on the people you love the most. I'm gonna say Pat Benatar because Miles. Because there's just something that you gain over time, right? There's just more, I don't know, owning who you are and the experience on the road and doing different, collaborations or different genres or whatever. So I'm going to go Pat Benatar just for sheer experience because I think their talent, again, is the same. Celine won for Sophistication against Kelly. And so now Pat is going to win for experience over Lizzie Hale.
I don't know if that's how I want to judge a vocalist, but okay.
Well, we've already established they're both very amazing, so you got to have something that breaks the tie.
That's true.
So my tiebreaker is experience.
Oh, this is so tough for me. Literally two of my favorite vocalists of all time. Pat Benatar, when she sings Hell is for Children or Hit Me With Your Best Shot or those type of songs, they're just, especially Hell is for Children. I mean, that's a powerful, powerful song. But Lizzie Hale, I Miss the Misery, is equally as powerful. And then she's got others, I Get Off or, Love Bites, those type of songs. Equally as powerful. Pat Benatar is probably a little bit more well-known, classically trained. I think Lizzie Hale has the road miles that Pat Benatar has, just in a different arena. I mean, Pat Benatar's older, and still out there performing, so technically I would say she's been around a little longer. I think Lizzie Hale looks up to Pat Benatar. Oof. Now, I mean, it's tough because I told you I saw Pat Benatar do that Crossroads with Martina McBride.
Yeah.
And I did not think she performed Martina McBride's songs well. I thought she was going to kill it.
Yeah.
And I thought she failed, and I thought Martina failed when she sang Pat Benatar's songs. And nobody mentioned Martina McBride, one of the best in the world as well. However, when it came to singing each other's songs, I don't think they did as good a job as expected. Lizzie Hale, I've seen her perform, every once in a while and not quite hit what I would want her to hit, but it's tough. George says he's going to be listening to Lizzie later because he's not familiar with her. He says he'll be watching Lizzie Hale tonight. I think I would have to go with Pat Benatar.
Oh, all right. Pat Benatar, reach out to Jay at jfrenzy.com for your prize.
Prize. Oh, George, get on that, buddy. All right, well, what else you got going on?
Well, we actually had a very traumatic weekend, expensive weekend. Our French Bulldog, who is almost 50, well, he was 53 pounds, but then he got down to 48 or something. But he was actually very sick with a inner ear infection. It actually made half of his face, gave paralysis. So it's like hanging because it pushes on like nerves. The doctor told me it's nerves 7 and 8 that was being pressed on. That's
what I was going to say. I just didn't want to jump to conclusions.
Right. You were going to let me know about 7 and 8. Yeah. You would have been right. But this is kind of the annoying thing. So I had to go out of town to take Hannah to cheer competition. We knew Saturday morning something was off. And I thought, I can't do anything. I got to take her to this competition. And we had to leave early in the morning. Sean had appointments all day long that he had to go to. When he got home at night, our plan was we'll just take him on Sunday when I got home. But he was doing so bad, Sean brought him to an ER that night. They gave him medicine. Great. Sean gives him the medicine, wakes up the next day. He's not doing any better. So he's actually like, can't remember what Sean said. He was already acting. It just very odd behavior. Okay, so he says, hey, you're going to be home by 3:15. Can you take Max to the vet? Yeah, no problem. So I take him to the vet. And they give him more medicine. And of course, they want to do like x-rays and they're trying to tell us it's cancer and all these things. It's not cancer. I don't know what to tell you, but it's just not cancer. This is just an expensive dog that always gets ear infections, okay? So the doctor on Sunday looked at us and was like, well, because of his chronic dry eye. Sean and I looked at each other and we're like, nobody ever told us this dog's got chronic dry eye. And so like, yeah, there's a lot of inflammation around his eye from the chronic dry eye. He's 8 years old. In 8 years, nobody bothered to tell us he's got chronic dry eye. I mean, he's been seen by the same vet group the entire time. You guys...
George, look that up. Is that a thing?
Okay, so he's got chronic dry eye. Okay, so then he's got this ear infection. He's got so much fluid, they can't see to his tympanic membrane. They're assuming it's like shattered or whatever. I don't even understand. I don't know the biology of it. Anyway, so they say, we got to get the swelling down. And this dog is like keeping his head to the side. He can't walk. He's wobbling. He's falling down. Like he's dizzy, clearly. Okay, then... he doesn't, so then they give more medicine. He doesn't get better.
Maybe it's real then, because his other eye's holding all the liquid and is kind of holding him down.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a thing. Okay, this dog was out of sorts.
I'm assuming your dog's okay now, and it's okay to make the jokes.
He's okay. He's okay now.
Okay.
So then I took him to the vet for the 3rd time. And the tech there, she's like, oh yeah, you just force feed him. Because we kept saying like, we need the swelling to go down. We need the swelling to go down. We need him to take the antibiotic. And everybody kept telling us like, oh, he's got to have this deep ear wash. Oh, he's got to have a CT scan. It's probably cancer, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm not even emotional because that's how convinced I'm convinced it's just not cancer. So I'm like, what else can we do? We just need to get the swelling down. It's an ear infection. That's what he's got. He's got an ear infection. And so finally, this text says, oh yeah, you just force feed him and you force the pills in his mouth. And I was like, what? So why didn't on day 2, when they look at his medicine dosage, they're like, that's like a baby dosage. This dog weighs 50 pounds, y'all. Okay. And I'm like, well, why are we giving him a baby dosage? So I was a little bit annoyed that it cost like literally, I think $1,000 this weekend to take care of this dog for an ear infection that I think the ER doc could have shown my husband how to force feed him and force feed him the pills. Turns out you just take disgusting soft dog food and you add water to it and you suck it up through a syringe.
Oh. I just want to point out, you took a very happy show tonight and you're just crushing it.
Well, the good news is this morning, so 2-3 times we had to do that where we had to like shove pills in his mouth and you blow your air in their nose and it triggers a swallow mechanism, and then they swallow the pill and blah, blah, blah. Anyhow.
I try to trigger that mechanism with my wife. It just doesn't work.
That's a gag reflex that you're trying to get.
No, I like to hear the gag. Wait. We need a left turn button.
We need the sound of a turn signal.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yes. So he is finally eating. We got his medicine. He has to take 5 medications, but it ends up being 9 pills. So we're getting this dog drugged up. And
9 pills, 26 times a day.
2 times a day only.
Once an hour.
It's like 2 steroids and 2 antibiotics.
I took 2 steroids today.
Oh my gosh.
Man,
it's steroid season,
I'm on
y'all.
the same routine as your dog. George says it might be a sign of a larger problem. It's generally not serious. There are various factors that can cause dry skin in dogs. George, we need eyes. Eyes, George. Where is it, George? Where is it?
Oh, sorry,
George, you're fired.
Thank you, George.
Oh, yeah, so it makes prescription number 7 if we include the eye drops. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, no, 6. Sorry, 6. He's on 6.
All right. Well, I mean, I had an episode that you didn't want to partake in come out this week, Dalton Hicks. So that came out. It was a very good episode. It was nice to talk to the guy. It was nice to be his first interview ever. Worth checking out. But I also had a chance this week to talk with Matt Drago, who is an actor. He's pretty good and pretty nice guy. He was fun to talk with, and he's got a movie out called Somewhere in Montana, and it's worth checking out. So
Everything's worth checking out.
Oh, not
Dalton's
everything.
worth checking out.
Not everything's worth checking out. I mean, come back on Thursday, and you'll see there's a lot of things that aren't worth checking out.
Topless Thursday would not be good with us.
Sloppy Thursday. I'd be all over the place. Anyway, I don't know. Last week you were lifting up your shirt an awful lot last week.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, I had the Buc-ee's t-shirt on.
You had to show us your beaver. Sorry, George.
I love that tank top. I love that tank top. I love that gas station.
Slap my hand, George. I got it. George is yelling at us now.
Sorry, George. Sorry, George. Tomorrow, we'll drop my Vegas Grey recap, where Rachel and I went out and watched Vegas Grey, an acoustic trio. It's actually very good. Something to look forward to tomorrow.
You know, we've mentioned Jeff Tate a couple times. Mm-hmm. Who's Jeff Tate?
It's late. I didn't take notes.
Jeff Tate is the lead singer of Queensryche, or was the lead singer of Queensryche.
He's the lead singer to Queensryche.
Yes, Queensryche. Yeah, that's him. That's the guy. Yeah, he's coming to town. So,
Oh, nice.
Look
Is
at,
George hot and bothered? Is that what he's saying? He's hot and bothered? Is it like a
yeah, it's one of those
kind of
things.
thing?
So I was thinking of going to see Jeff Tate when he comes to town. So George, if you want to go,
nice.
just let me know. I'll tell you what, George. I'll get the tickets and I'll give you a place to stay. All you have to do is get over here. Fair enough? Fair enough.
I'm sure your wife loves you inviting all these people to your house.
Just invite people. My wife will have no problem with it, I swear.
It's a hostel. It's the Franzi hostel.
It's going to be hostile around here if I keep doing this. My wife does not like visitors, or at least not without a lot of preparation first.
Yes.
I don't get that. I just, no, come on over, sure, what the hell?
I'm like that too. My husband would prefer a little heads up.
Oh, just come on over. George says he got the shirt.
Yay!
Nice.
You have to send a picture.
Send a picture, get on here and show us one day. That's okay too. Very good. Well,
Are you camera shy, George?
no, he's not camera shy. He's been feeling under the weather.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, sorry, George.
Well, here's some well wishes to you to feel better, George. Get well soon.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be soon. Just get well. I mean, it could take a few weeks. I'm okay with that. You can be in misery for a few weeks.
I think it should be soon.
Fine.
Being that he likes me better than you.
Fine,
I'm
soon.
gonna say
Yes, we know he likes you better. We get that. I'm the one who gave him a shirt. I just want to point that out.
We gave him.
Oh,
a
yeah,
shirt.
that's right. That's right. Yes. You almost gave him the shirt off your back.
My Bucky's Beavers t-shirt, tank top. Can you imagine George in my tank top?
I was talking to somebody about Nashville being the bachelorette capital of the world these days.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
And there's a bar there called the Wild Beaver. It could not possibly be a better name for a bar ever than the Wild Beaver. But they have mechanical bull riding.
Of course.
So that attracts all the bachelorettes. I mean, what better bar can you have? The Wild Beaver where you can ride a bull?
I have a lot of thoughts about that.
Well, you hold on to those thoughts and thank me in the morning. There you go.
I am using my filter.
You have a filter? Is it a Brita? All right, folks. Well, we have done it. We have reached the top of the hour. We've actually reached the bottom of the hour, which does mean we have reached the end of the show. So if you've enjoyed the show, please tell a friend. If you have not, Miss Tiffany,
Tell two.
tell two. We like that. You can also reach out to both of us over at jfrenzy.com. We will keep this conversation going, another conversation, whatever conversation you want to go on, we will keep it. You can also reach out to us over at the socials. You can find all of those at jfrenzy.com as well. Miss Tiffany, my friend, do you have any final words for us?
I do. Whether you're creating music or just enjoying it, keep your passions alive.
On that note, folks, have a good night.
Thanks for listening to The Jay Franzi Show. Make sure you visit us at jfranzi.com. Follow, connect, and say hello. This episode has been brought to you by VR Knives, your source for 100% custom knives made by a true rock star. So, if you're in the market for a new piece of art, reach out to VR Knives. 407-421-5528. 407-421-5528.